Call the council meeting to order tonight. We have a quorum that's present here for tonight's meeting, and tonight will be led in the invocation by Pastor Russ Tarver from he's a retired United Methodist minister in Sioux Falls. After the invocation, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. So at this time, I just ask everybody to please rise.
Let us pray. Eternal God, we thank you for this day, for the blessings that have already come our way, and those that surely shall come to us this evening. We thank you for the privilege of living in the city of Sioux Falls, for the many opportunities that it offers to us and our fellow citizens. We thank you especially for the Sioux Falls City Council and its part in helping make this city what it is. We ask you to bless the work of the members of this council this evening, that the decisions they may make may be in line as much as humanly possible with your will for a good life for all of the citizens of this community. Grant the members of this body compassion for all of the people of this fair city, wisdom in determining how to arrive at their best interest, and courage to carry out those convictions. To this end, we ask for these, your humble servants, your guidance and your strength. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll move into the meeting tonight. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Benninger moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Litz seconded. Further comments on the motion to approve the consent agenda? No further motion? No further discussion? All in favor, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Council members Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benninger?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
All members present voted 6 yes, 2 excused. Now, is there a motion to approve the regular agenda?
So moved.
Litz moved. Is there a second?
Second, Jamison.
Jamison. Is there any further motions on the regular agenda?
I think there's an item number, someone had requested that it be moved forward, that item number 12 be moved ahead of item number 2 on the regular agenda, and I so moved.
That's a motion. And
I
is there a
second that motion. Knutson?
Knutson seconded that motion to move item 12 above item 2. That motion has been made. Further discussion? No further discussion. All in favor of that motion to approve will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Council members Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benninger?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
All members present voted 6 yes, 2 excused. The motion to move item 12 above item 2 has been approved. Any further motions? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion to approve the regular agenda as amended will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Council members Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benninger?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
All members present have voted. The regular agenda has been approved 6 yes and 2 excused as amended. This is the time that we set aside 5 minutes for anyone that wishes to address the council, and we just asked that this time if you just give your name and address, please, as you approach the podium to speak. So anyone at this time that wishes to address the council would come forward. We'd accept that.
Chris Pearson, 326 South Phillips Avenue, Apartment 4, Sioux Falls. My name is Chris Pearson. I'm a bicyclist and I bike to work every day. I'm representing the bicycling community and visitors to Sioux Falls who will use the bike trail. I'm here to express concern regarding the absence of specific posted alternate routes needed due to the closure of sections of the bike trail. My purpose is to ask the mayor and the city council to please consider the immediate posting of a safe, viable detour for all bike trail closures. Many in the bicycling community find the city press release stating trail users are advised to use the sidewalks and on-street bike routes on nearby roads as alternate routes to be grossly insufficient. The portion of the trail is used by people to get to and from Falls Park. Individuals, especially those from out of town using the trail, may not know of what those alternate routes are. They will reach the barriers and not know what to do or where to go, except back from where they came, unless they decide to try to get through the construction zone. From the 2007 bicycle plan, under page 5, under capital letter B, bicycle usage, bike trail counts 2005, for the section of the trail at the 8th Street Bridge near Falls Landing Restaurant, weekend usage alone is 922 people per day. There are a growing number of bicyclists who choose to bike to work and bike to and from day-to-day activities such as shopping and running errands. Bicyclists tend to find the route that is most safe. Many of these bicyclists use some part of the bike trail as a safe way to get to these activities. The absence of posted alternatives presents a danger to trail users and leaves the city looking like it just hadn't thought of this aspect of the project. While beginning a street construction project without a posted detour for motorists would be unthinkable to most, bicyclists find closing a vital transportation route for city visitors and resident bicycle commuters equally unthinkable. It is time to raise the perception of the bike trail from recreational facility to the reality of other transportation facilities, as the transportation planners already have by using it in their transportation planning documents. For these reasons, I am asking the mayor and the city council to please consider immediate posting of a safe, viable detour for all bike trail closures. While providing a detour, the city can also mitigate potential problems by posting signs to alert motorized vehicles to the increased presence of bicyclists and pedestrians. And it is a clear demonstration to visitors they are welcome and valued, and to bicyclist commuters that they don't have to abandon their lifestyle choice for the sake of safety. I have a copy of a bicycle petition that reads, "I support bicycling in the city of Sioux Falls as an alternate means of transportation. I also support the city and the Sioux Falls Bicycle Planning Committee, its plan, the Bike to Work Committee, and its efforts to promote bicycling as a safe, effective, and alternate means of transportation in and around Sioux Falls." The petition contains 131 signatures. These people support bicycling as a lifestyle. I hope you will support these people by posting bike trail detours. Thank you for your time and consideration in this matter, and I would be happy to answer any questions you might have regarding our position.
Thank you very much, Chris, and we really do appreciate all of the bicyclists coming down. And Mike, I think we'll be working with you, Chris, to work out some of the routes that we can get you someplace safe. But we do appreciate all of you people coming down tonight. And I don't know, do you have others that want to address the council for a period of 5 minutes?
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, very much. And anyone else that wishes to address the council for a period of 5 minutes? If not, we'll move into it. But I do want to thank all the bicyclists, and Mike and Sam will be working with you to look at routes that we can you can use on this deal. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. And we will move into the regular agenda if no one else is coming forward. The item that has moved up has been a resolution.
Item 12 is a resolution thanking all those involved in the Whittier cleanup effort held on May 19th, 2007.
And so what I'd like to do at this time, if I could, if these people are here, I'll come down there in a minute. Is Bob and Kathy Novak here? If they're here, we'll ask you to come up the front when I move down. And Jake Anderson and Gigi Ryder and April Shavy, if they would come up. And anyone else that was involved in the Whittier neighborhood cleanup, if you would just come forward, and I'll just read the resolution down here. If you'd all come forward. We have come on up here if you would.
Hi, Jackie.
This really was a neighborhood effort. We really do appreciate everyone's efforts and what they've really done. And the resolution reads, whereas City Council members Kevin Kavanaugh and Dee Knutson, as honorary co-chairs, organize a volunteer cleanup effort of the Whittier neighborhood on May 19, 2007, and whereas the Whittier neighborhood encompasses an 89-block area which was divided into 9 zones with 3 drop-off sites, whereas it was a collaborative effort between the City of Sioux Falls, dozens of volunteers, including Gigi Ryder and April Shavy, and several area business and business leaders, whereas Bob and Kathy Novak, owners of Novak Sanitation Service, donated their time and equipment, which included 4 roll-off garbage, lawn, waste, application, and tires at each of the 3 different drop-off sites, whereas Jake Anderson from Millennium Recycling provided a trailer for electronic recycling, and whereas the banquet provided a free barbecue to all those who participated, where Gigi and April worked tirelessly to inform the neighborhood of the event by coordinating hand delivery of postcards of the date of the event and found point people for each zone, along with assigning zone leaders to pick up loads for these people who were unable to make it to the drop-off sites. Whereas the City of Sioux Falls provided Winona Park as a third drop-off, waived all dumping fees, which amounted to $3,060.46, provided landfill passes free of charge to those citizens who drove to the landfill themselves, and several City of Sioux Falls employees who donated their time to partake in the cleanup efforts, whereas other citizens and business leaders in the community participated in the event, which included, but not limited to, the finding dozens of volunteers, whereas as much as 116 tons were hauled away from the Whittier neighborhood. Now, therefore, be it resolved, thank you to Novak Sanitation, Millennium Recycling, the banquet, Gigi and April, and all the volunteers and the many businesses and business leaders for the Whittier cleanup effort held on May 19, 2007. And thank you all very much for what you've done. It really was indeed a team effort. Are there any others who wish to address the council on item number 12? Not. Is there a motion by the council to approve item 12?
I so move. Knutson.
Benega moved. Who seconded?
I did.
Knutson seconded. Okay, motion been made and seconded to approve item 12. Further discussion? See no further discussion. All in favor of the motion to approve item 12? We'll vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
All members present have voted. Item 12 has been approved, 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 2.
Item 2 is the second reading and ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, amending the Code of Ordinances of said city by changing a street name, South Vistas Avenue to South Vista Park.
Chad Hebe, Office of Public Works, Engineering Division. This portion of South Vistas Avenue is north of 57th Street between Ellis Road and Sertoma Avenue. The issue that developed is that the street name is too similar to another street name in town, which is South Vista Lane. The Postal Service brought this issue to our attention. The street naming committee reviewed this request, determined that the new street name meets the criteria established by Executive Order 95-16 and recommends the street name change. The Department of Public Works will replace the street name signs and notify affected property owners and utilities of the address change.
Questions of Chad on item number 2? Others who wish to address the council on item number 2? Is there a motion by the council to approve?
Move for.
Let's move. Is there a second?
Second, Jamison.
Jamison seconded. Further comments? I see no further comments. So all those in favor will vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Councilmembers Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
All members present have voted. Item 2 has been approved, 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 3.
Item 3 is a second reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, approving a lease agreement being a 50-year lease of city land for the purpose of a vehicle driveway and lawn area located adjacent to First Bank and Trust, NA 2300 West 57th Street, Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Mark Cotter with the Office of Public Works. Tonight, just want to take the first opportunity here to go through the 3 slides to review the area that's in question that we discussed previously. Next slide. That's a blown-up view of that area. And then the next slide is the landscape plan. One of the things to direct you to is that the driveway that is immediately to the east of the building that veers out in a curve, that is the subject area that this lease would entail. One of the questions that came up at the first reading is why don't we sell this land to the owners of the property adjacent to it? One of the limitations we have with municipal land is that we have to sell it by auction, sealed bid, or trade. We believe that having an easement, we still control the land. We also control the access. And in addition, with the initial investment that's being made by the property owner, just in excess of $25,000 that will be gifted to the park department, and the maintenance, we feel this is good for the city. In addition, we have the former planning director here to speak to some additional details, and so I'll turn the mic over to Steve Bentley.
Okay, Mark, we'll ask questions later if there's any. We'll ask, go ahead, we'll ask questions later. So, further?
Well, it's been 2 years and 4 months since I did this, but a little different case here. I'm Steve Metley, Vice President of Business Development for First Bank and Trust, and we are the entity that's seeking the easement on city property. The reason for it was discovered about halfway through our construction process, that with the plan as drawn by the architects, the drainage on the site would become difficult for us and could provide difficulties for the city in the future, in that we would have to lower that site considerably, which would make us vulnerable to the big drainage way that runs all the way down from 93rd Street and runs right past our property. And we didn't want to do that, so we visited with the engineers, and I'd like to say that from the start on this project, working with planning, engineering, and the park department has been a very pleasurable experience, and a very cooperative one, and we hope that cooperation extends to an easement for us on this driveway.
Thank you, Steve. Questions of Steve or Mark? Kermit?
Yes, Steve, I was just wondering, how much is the city getting per year on this lease?
The city will receive a flat payment of $5,000 for the easement as part of this agreement. There's a gifting agreement that comes, and it will be coming due in about a month, that we have signed. It's about a $26,000 to $27,000 gift to the city for landscaping the parkland around us and the city land around us, and also provides for perpetual maintenance of that property, which will be about a $3,500 a year savings to the city. We will mow, fertilize, weed, and take care of the trees that we are donating to the city as a part of that agreement.
So if I did my math right, 25,000 divided by 50 means about $500 a year? Is that about right?
No, there's a $5,000 payment up front.
Okay.
There is a $26,000 to $27,000 gift to the city involved, and there's a commitment to maintain the park property and the city-owned property around us per year, and the cost for that per year would be about $3,500, about 25 cents a square foot.
I see. But once again, I did my math right, didn't I?
I don't think so.
25,000, if you're gifting 25,000, divide that by 50 years, that part at least is $500 a year?
Well, part of the gift is the maintenance of the property also.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's roughly $3,750 a year. So you have to add that to your $25,000 roughly, and to the $5,000 upfront payment.
Further questions of Steve or Mark? Others that wish to address the council on item number 3? Is there council discussion or motion?
Move for approval, Benninga.
Benninga moves. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Let's second it. Further comments on the motion to approve? We've had a motion made, seconded. All in favor of that motion will vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Council members Litz.
Yes.
Staggers.
Yes.
Benninga.
Yes.
Costello.
Yes.
Jamison.
Yes.
Knutson.
Yes.
All members present voted 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 3 has been approved. Item 4.
Item 4 is a second reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, approving the lease of city property to the University of South Dakota.
Judy Buseman, Health Director. Just to summarize this project, this co-location of USD as a lease arrangement will be a partnership between the City of Sioux Falls, USD Dental Hygiene, and the Delta Philanthropic Fund. And the outcome of this is that we will more than double the low-cost dental exam and hygiene available within the city for our elderly, Medicaid, and other disadvantaged families. And the good thing for the city is that we will upfront the cost of construction, but through that philanthropic gift, the USD will pay that cost back with a 6% interest rate over 10 years. And again, we will not have any cost in the project other than the upfront, and then will be paid back in 10 years. It is done to our specifications, the same plan format that we have used in the dental space. It will be adjacent. And for clients using this service, they will have the same charge fee, they'll be offered sliding fee, and it's co-located. So the call will come in and at the reception desk, and to the client it will be just seamless. They'll just be assigned to wherever the vacancy in the first open spot is, and they will have the same kind of service and availability. The cost right now, as we're projecting it, the lease that you have in front of you identifies $185,000, and then the 6%, that was the cost estimate as we went into the project. Our cost right now on the bid is $233,000. That is still approved through the philanthropic fund. We haven't changed the lease number, but the wording in there says that it will be adjusted according to the actual cost and still at 6%. So that will happen as we conclude the project. We expect to start service in January of 2008.
Questions of Judy on item number 4?
Yeah. The actual lease, Judy, with USD, that'll go, what year will that end?
Right now, it's a 10-year lease.
So it'll be
2017, I think.
2017,
Isn't that right?
18?
8.
Yeah, well, anyway. That's
Yeah, the end, I think it's right around the end of 2017, so.
Further questions of Judy on item number 4? Others that wish to address the council on item number 4? Is there council action?
I move for approval of item number 4.
Knutson moved. Is there a second?
Second, Jamison.
Jamison seconded. Further comments? I see no further comments. All in favor of the motion to approve item 4 will vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Council members Litz.
Yes.
Staggers.
Yes.
Benninga.
Yes.
Costello.
Yes.
Jamison.
Yes.
Knutson.
Yes.
All members present voted 6 yes, 2 excused. Item number 5.
Item number 5 is a first reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, amending the revised ordinances of the city by adding text pertaining to additional use regulations, definitions, and conditional use permits.
Mike Cooper, Planning and Building Services. This proposed amendment would change our joint zoning ordinance that the city and Minnehaha County currently administer. This is being initiated by the county planning staff to establish traffic visibility requirements along roadways within the rural district, and also establish a traffic visibility zone at all the intersections. We have a somewhat similar requirement within the city of Sioux Falls called the intersection safety zone, and this is being initiated to address concerns and complaints about obstructions for the driving traffic, and this would address not only building structures but also grain bins, baled agricultural products, farm machinery, vehicles, and other objects. It would not address agricultural crops such as corn that would be exceeding the height. There is that one exception. But apparently there has been more issues out in the rural area that this has become a problem with increased numbers of traffic within these roadway systems. So this has been through the joint city-county planning commission with a recommendation for approval by both of those boards.
Questions of Mike on item number 5? Bob, James?
Mike, is it comparable in size at the corners as it is in the city, or is it larger?
It's a little larger. Within the city, we have 30 feet from the right-of-way line. This is 100 feet from the center of the intersection, so it's slightly larger, which is probably more appropriate for the rural area.
Good, thank you.
Further questions of Mike on item number 5 from the council? Not, is there a motion to set the hearing date for July 16th for item number 5?
So moved, Litz.
Litz moved. Is there a second?
Second, Benninga.
Benninga seconded. Motion been made, seconded to set the hearing date for July 16th for item number 5. And there's no further discussion. All members present will vote.
Council members Litz.
Yes.
Staggers.
Yes.
Benninga.
Yes.
Costello.
Yes.
Jamison.
Yes.
Knutson.
Yes.
Item number 5 has been approved, 6 yes, 2 excused, to be presented to the joint city council meeting on July 16th. Item number 6.
Item number 6 is a first reading and ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, temporarily establishing a portion of 3rd Street as a one-way street.
In the very near future, Minnehaha County will be beginning 2 projects. The first one is the reconstruction of a parking lot, which you see on the screen in red. And the second is the addition to the courthouse building itself. To facilitate parking during these projects, the Minnehaha County Commission has requested that the City of Sioux Falls stripe 3rd Street from Minnesota Avenue to Main Avenue for diagonal parking. In order to create this parking, we have to create and designate 3rd Street to be an eastbound one-way street with diagonal parking on the south side of the street. The striping will create 46 parking spots. This is very similar to what was done in 2002 on 4th Street during the construction of the Law Enforcement Center. 3rd Street will function as a one-way street until the courthouse expansion is complete, which is estimated to take approximately 18 months, which will be beginning, I believe, in August or September.
Questions of Chad on item number 6. Others that wish to address the council on item number 6? Is there a motion by the council to approve?
So moved, Litz.
Litz moved. Is there a second?
Second, Jamison.
Jamison seconded. Further comments? See no further comments. All in favor of approving item number 6 will vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Councilmember Litz.
Yes.
Staggers.
Yes.
Benninga.
Yes.
Costello.
Yes.
Jamison.
Yes.
Knutson.
Yes.
All members present have voted. Item 6 has been approved, 6 yes, 2 excused. The hearing will be July 16th for the second reading. Item number 7.
Item 7 is deferred action, a resolution vacating East Walnut Street from North Wayland Avenue to North Blauvett Avenue.
This portion of Walnut Street is east of the John Morrell plant on the east side of Cliff Avenue. The right-of-way is unimproved, does not contain city utilities, and a utility easement will be maintained. The petitioner is requesting the vacation because his house is located 1 foot from the property line. The result is, or the reason for that is the house was built before this area was annexed into the City of Sioux Falls. There's 54 feet of elevation difference in the 264 feet of right-of-way, and I can say with high confidence that a public street will never be constructed in this right-of-way. At a previous council meeting, questions were raised regarding a sidewalk that you can see up here on the attached photos. To discuss that issue, we held a neighborhood meeting on June 20th, which was attended by 12 citizens. The consensus from everyone that attended was that the sidewalk is needed and must stay. As a result, the petitioner is requesting to vacate a portion of the right-of-way, which will allow him to meet his setback requirements to sell his house. I am requesting approval of an amended resolution that reads the following: a resolution vacating the north 20 feet of East Walnut Street from North Wayland Avenue to the east property line of Lot 9, Block 12, Riverside Edition. The sidewalk will remain in the right-of-way as it currently does. The engineering department has inspected the sidewalk, and it is in good condition.
Questions of Chad on item number 7. Others that wish to address the council on item number 7?
name is Robert Stansbury, 1727 North Lavelle. I would like to see the whole road closed instead of just the bottom half of it. I live on the top half. And because of liability and maintenance of it, it was put in 23 years ago. Nobody's taking care of it or nothing. And they said at the neighborhood meeting, they checked with the school district, and the school district felt it wasn't necessary to leave it in there. There wasn't enough kids using it. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions, Robert? Herman? Robert,
Yeah,
can you
just
come back,
to
please?
clarify, you're concerned about being responsible for maintaining it?
Being liable for it, and
Being
you know,
liable.
people getting hurt on it, whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
It was put in by the community and school district 23 years ago.
yeah.
That's who put it in.
So you would just like the city to get rid of that sidewalk?
Well, just to vacate the whole street, top and bottom, instead of just the bottom, what he's proposing, is vacating just the bottom of the street. The sidewalk and steps go through the whole streetway, down the whole street, right in the middle of the street. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just talk about vacating the bottom of it and leaving the top as is.
But if we vacate the whole thing, you're still going to be responsible for it.
Then I would probably tear the sidewalk off or shut it off, because I own land on both sides of it, the streetway, right now. Just out of the liability part of it, maintenance it. Nobody's took care of it for 23 years. Nobody shovels it, the steps, nothing. So,
Has the city ever gotten rid of a sidewalk?
I can't specifically address that, but what I, there is neighbors here tonight that are in support of keeping the sidewalk. And that was why I am requesting that we do reduce the amount of vacation we do to a small portion to get this guy what he needs to be able to sell his property. Now, the sidewalk was put in 1983 with a community block grant by community development. There is some letters out there that talk about it that we found, but it's been the city attorney's opinion and my opinion that these letters do not address the maintenance. When I've contacted the school, they really didn't see a need for that sidewalk to stay.
Bob Liss.
Chad, I guess as I see it, and we've addressed half of the issue here, because there's one property owner that's getting his situation taken care of, but this gentleman who just addressed us still has some concerns about it. I'm not sure that the liability on that sidewalk is any less than what's out in front of my house. If somebody falls on it and it goes in front of my property, they could still get a lawyer and try to sue me. I guess it's the maintenance of it. If somebody comes along and sprays some pink paint on it, I'm not sure it's fair to this guy to have this sidewalk splitting his property in half. And I don't know. I thought both of those gentlemen were down here. That's where the property owners that night when we talked about it. And as I see this here, we've kind of settled half of the problem. I'm not sure what the answer is here, but I'm uneasy with passing this tonight the way it is. Because, like I say, the guy at the top, he can sell his property now, but the gentleman at the bottom still got the same problem.
And I've talked to Regan Smith, who's in charge of risk management. He was unable to attend tonight, but his recommendation is that we would not want any part of the city being responsible for the maintenance of that sidewalk. Now, if it was city property on a park, then it is our responsibility.
Sure.
Chad, could you tell me a little bit about what the conversation was with the 12 people that were in attendance? We've had one obviously speak.
Well, I would certainly can, or else I would. These ladies were at the meeting that night, so would you guys care to speak?
My name is Deb Harriet. My address is 1807 North Wayland. I grew up in that neighborhood. I don't recall that anyone's ever shoveled that sidewalk for kids to get up and down that hill. When we were going to school there, we lived below the hill. the sidewalk was put in so we had access not only to the school, but to the park that's now there, that's now the new water park. The children that live down below the hill aren't as many as they were years ago, but I'm sure you'll find that the same as above the hill. Most families don't have between 6 and 10 kids in them anymore. But if we close that access, we won't have access for our kids to walk to school. That would create them to walk at least 12 blocks to go around on Cliff Avenue and go around to get to up on top of the hill to go to school. I believe that would require them to be bused. So that would create another issue, whether they need to be bused to school for their safety, and who's going to pay for the busing of the kids to go to school, that 12 blocks when they could walk up the hill the 2 blocks that they go now. I don't know why our children should be neglected just because somebody else wants to have access to more land to sell their house. They purchased that house years ago. That sidewalk was there when they purchased their house. Not only that, but the person that we're talking about isn't this gentleman. He lives at the top of the hill. The person that is involved is the person that lives at the bottom of the hill. His yard is already bigger than any yard that's down there at the bottom of the hill. He wants to sell his house. He knew what the situation was, just like all the rest of us that have property down there realize what our situation is there's other streets on that same area that have been either vacated or need to be vacated, or another way for them to get up and down that hill if they're going to close this off. Something else has to be given a chance for those people. Not only that, what's going to happen to the property taxes if you try to sell your house down there? The value of the property goes down because you don't have access to school. You got to bus your kids to school. It's not a very good selling point for people that want to sell their property down there. I don't know. I think that's probably about all that I have to say. Did you want to say anything?
Thank you. Questions? Thank you very much. Others who wish to address the council on item number 7? Your name and address, please.
My name is Don Stansbury, 1708 North Maple, and I'm the original owner of the property when the sidewalk went in originally. So I attended all the meetings and everything else. So, and how it started community development there, and I guess the liability of the sidewalk is the whole issue more than the streetway, as far as I'm concerned, on the thing on it. And at the time, community development didn't want responsibility, the city didn't want responsibility, the landowners didn't want responsibility. What's community development were bound to determined to do it, so they made the community said they were responsibility for taking care of the sidewalk, maintenance, liability, the whole works, you know, which of course has never happened. And there aren't that many kids that use it. I think there was somebody out there that watched the street for a couple of days, and they said there were no kids at all coming up and down the sidewalk. And I guess, like I said, the main thing is the maintenance of the sidewalk. It's going to be starting to fall apart one of these first days, I'm sure. So who's going to rebuild all those steps again, which is going to be a very expensive item on the figure on it. And I just don't think it's fair that the landowner should be stuck with the bill, you know, but fixing that something like that up that was never his idea to start with, you know, the thing on it. So, and like I said, I guess put this way, if the community wants to use it, where they've been for 20-some years, of cleaning it, maintaining it, and where they're going to be at when it comes time to fix it again, when the concrete starts rotting. And then another thing, I don't know if any of you ever drove past there or not, but I wouldn't want my kids going up and down that thing at all with all the trees and kind of an unsafe place to be walking up and down there as far as I'm concerned, especially at dark. I wouldn't want to go up and down there at dark. But it's overgrown with trees and no lights, no nothing, and just a dangerous place to be. So, and I guess, like I said, I like to see the street closed just to get rid of the sidewalk, basically. The hassle, you know, the maintenance of it, the liability of it. So I guess basically that's all I got to say. So.
Thank you. Other questions? Thank you very much. Others that wish to address the council?
I'm Helen Warwick. I live at 1702 North Van Epps. I live on Lower Riverside. My kids are growing up, but I do see other kids that are going to have to use that. And I have a question that if you wanted to buy a head of lettuce and you had to go to the store to buy this head of lettuce, you only go once a week. But you want that store to be there when you go for this head of lettuce. It's the same way when we go up that sidewalk. Maybe we only go once a week, but we need it there to get up that hill. We have little kids down there that we don't have as many as we did, but they go up there to that park. They're going to go up there to school when school starts. We need that stairway. And I'm saying that we fought to get those stairs in. Now we have to fight to keep them. Is that forward, Sioux Falls? That's not going forward. We're taking out something that we thought was important to put in. And so that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Questions? Thank you very much. Others?
Greg Herbertson, 6117 West Cheyenne Drive. I'm a petitioner, and I need to make a correction on this. I don't have an issue with the sidewalk being there on my property anyway, and I think them kids should have a sidewalk to walk on too, or whoever else needs it.
Bob Litz?
Sir, are you the petitioner that's selling your property?
I have the property that's by there, yes.
Say that again, sir.
I have the property that's down in the lower end, yes.
Are you selling your property, sir?
Not at this moment, no.
Very good.
Questions? Others that wish to address the council on item number 7? I'll defer at this time to our city attorney for what the vote tally has to be in this. So, do you have a question? Do you want to come up and address the council? Come up, please, because we're for Channel 16 viewers.
I just like to say, I guess, one more time, the biggest issue is that I know these people want it for the kids going up and down and everything else, but are they going to help chip in and fix the sidewalk and all this stuff when the time comes to replace it and all this stuff? That's what I'm trying to come up with, I guess, basically. And I guess that's it, basically. I wish we could come up with a solution there about the sidewalk issue. That's the whole problem. The steps and the dangers of it and all this stuff. And like I said, whose financial problem is it to fix it again when it falls apart? You know, I hope you can come up with an answer with that, I guess, before the meeting's over.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
At this time, I'll defer to the city attorney for the number of people needed on the vote on this issue. So go ahead and explain it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. State law provides that right-of-way which has not been open to public use may be vacated by a majority vote of the members present of the City Council. However, right-of-way that has been open to the public use must have an affirmative vote of 6 members of the Council in order to vacate. The construction of the sidewalk, it is the opinion of the City Attorney's Office, has opened this right-of-way to public use. If you wish to vacate all or any portion of the right-of-way, all 6 of you are going to have to vote affirmatively.
Did you go ahead, Pat?
Gary, okay, so when first of all, we vacate this portion, we're not closing the sidewalk. Sidewalk stays open, right?
Correct, but the right-of-way itself has been open to the public use by the construction of the sidewalk with public dollars. Therefore, to vacate any portion of an opened right-of-way requires an affirmative vote of 6 members of the Council.
Okay, I understand that. I'm just curious on the maintenance side of this. I think the one gentleman owns both sides of the property, so he has obviously the duty to maintain that portion of the sidewalk. The lower portion, when there's property on each side, who is responsible for maintaining that?
Those questions are very valid, and I'm not sure I can answer them because at the time the sidewalk was constructed, there were site agreements which have never really been honored. And I think the upshot of all of that is that nobody is maintaining the sidewalk, and it's difficult to say who has the legal responsibility to maintain it at this point in time. I think those are questions that are very well asked, and I don't have an answer for them.
Bob Litz.
I brought this original question up, and I'm very uneasy with this thing being half done like it is, and I don't know what the answer is, but I think we have more work to do on it, and I will be voting against this resolution simply because I'm just uneasy with the degree of completion.
Council, if the wishes of the council, it depends what they are, but the council could defer until they get more answers, or they could move forward, whatever the council decides. Who was next? Did you want? You were next.
I was just going to say we should defer it then.
Is that your motion?
Motion to defer. Until
Costello, motion to defer, a second?
Second, Litz.
Litz seconded. Did you?
I was going to defer it too. I guess my only concern is that people are concerned about the liability of the sidewalk, but for 23 years they haven't done anything to clean it or to maintain it. So I do have a concern about that also, and I do think we need to have those side agreements or whatever you referred to make sure that we understand what the issues are. The other question I have is a comment was made about school transportation, and I hate to do this to you, Deb, but my understanding is just because it's within 2 blocks, if it goes even around the hill, is that correct statement? Sorry about that.
That's okay. Based on what I can see on there, it would not be. I would also defer to the path committee because I don't believe that this street is actually on the path for the safe routes to school, which we have for every school.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We've got a motion to defer. Would you, we've got one more meeting this month, Pat. That takes till the 16th, and the next one in August is August 6th. That give you
is that enough time, Gary? Yeah, August 6th would be fine.
Your motion has been revised to defer item number 7 to August 6th. And is that agreeable to make the second? Bob Litz, is that okay with you?
Yes, that's
okay. So we've
fine.
got the motion. That's to defer item 7 to August 6th. Further discussion? See no further discussion. All in favor of the motion to defer to August 6th will vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Council members Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
Motion has been approved. 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 7 will be deferred to August 6th. Item 8.
Item 8 is deferred action, a resolution approving the special assessment role for construction of grading, gravel, curb and gutter, sidewalk, storm sewer, asphalt surfacing, driveway approaches, water main, sanitary sewer main, and streetlights in South Solberg Avenue from West 57th Street to 2,700 feet south.
This project was completed in 2006. The project cost was $1,101,517.46. This assessment affects 10 properties. There's 8 different owners, and the total assessments are $602,000 or $602,639.04, which is 55% of the project costs.
Questions of Chad on item number 8.
Yeah, Chad, I guess I have a question. In the numbers that we have here that's been provided for us, we talk about the streets being assessed to the property owners. We talk about the storm sewer being assessed to the property owners. And then when we talk about water, that's going to be paid for by user fees. Sanitary sewer is going to be paid for by user fees.
That is how the project was funded when the city paid for it. The water main portion came out of our enterprise fund. Sanitary sewer came out of our user fee fund.
So they'll be,
Bob Jamison.
They'll be reimbursed then for those expenses?
Correct.
Okay.
Further questions of Chad on item number 8. Others that wish to address the council on item number 8. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just have another question here, too. In the information that's provided, there is section 38-33 from the code, utility and storm sewer assessment. And it says, when utility and storm sewer improvements are made in association with street improvements, the assessment for utilities and storm sewer shall be based on the street classification. For local, residential, and collector streets, abutting property owners shall be assessed for the total cost of easement acquisition, a fee of 14% of the total cost of the improvement for engineering and testing, materials, and installation. My question is, and I've always wondered about this, but this just jogged my memory,
When we did the $40 million worth of storm sewers in the center part of Sioux Falls, of course, we paid for it by borrowing the money. But I'm wondering, how come assessments wasn't done in accordance with this section?
I can answer that. At the time that the projects were authorized, the council determined that there would be no assessment back against the adjoining landowners.
Yeah, and I voted for that, and I was strongly in favor of that. So now we have an inconsistency here, and that's the reason I'm going to be voting against this evening, because I thought it was appropriate for not assessing the $40 million to the people in the central area, and likewise here.
Further questions of Chad at item number 8? Others that wish to address the council on item number 8? Not. Is there a motion to approve item 8?
Move for approval. Jamison?
Jamison moved. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Litz seconded. Further comments on the motion to approve? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion to approve item number 8 will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmember
If I
Litz?
could,
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
just to address the issue that Councilwoman Staggers raised, those people that built the street in front of their house at the time the street was built paid those assessments that were due at that time. And there was no, shall we say, future encumbrances placed upon those properties because of inadequate storm drainage at the time. They met the standards at the time they were built. It just so happened that they didn't meet this current standards that's enacted by the city, I think, in about 1990. So,
Thank you. Other comments? Being none, all in favor of the motion to approve item 8, the motion has been made and seconded. We'll vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmember Litz?
Yes.
Councilmember Staggers?
No.
Councilmember Benninga?
Yes.
Councilmember Costello?
Yes.
Jamison?
yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
All members present voted, 5 yes, 1 no, and 2 excused. Item 8 has been approved. Item 9.
Item 9 is a resolution approving the special assessment roll for construction of grading gravel, asphalt surfacing, curb and gutter with driveway approaches, sidewalk, sanitary sewer main, and water main on West 26th Street from South Ellis Road to 600 feet west.
This project was completed in 2006. Project cost was $472,937.31. The assessment affects 3 properties. There's 2 property owners, and the assessments total $217,491.84, which is 46% of the project costs.
Questions of Chad on item number 9? Kermit.
Yeah, Chad, did you say something about the $26,709.52 for the engineering fee? Why do we have private property owners paying for that engineering fee?
The improvements are, the property owners are receiving the benefit of this project, and per ordinance, we try to recover those costs.
But what's going on in reality is these private property owners are paying for city property. They're paying for the city lights, the city water, and all of that.
They're being assessed per city ordinance.
Yes.
Further questions? Not others wish to address the council item number 9? Go ahead.
Yeah, also, I might mention here that we're talking about a lot of money being assessed here to 3 property owners. One property owner is going to be $108,154. Another one's going to be $32,138. Another one's $77,198. So we're having a lot of city property being paid by 3 property owners.
Further comments? Is there a motion by the council to approve?
Move for approval. Jamison?
Jamison moved. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Litz seconded. Further discussion? I see no further discussion, so all in favor of the motion to approve, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmember Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
No.
Benninga?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
All members present voted. Item number 9 has been approved, 5 yes, 1 excused, 1 no, and 2 excused. Item 10.
Item number 10 is a resolution approving the special assessment roll for construction of grading, gravel, curb and gutter, sidewalk, storm sewer, asphalt surfacing, water main, and sanitary sewer main on South Beale Avenue from north property line of Track 3, Harrisburg School Addition, to West 82nd Street and West 82nd Street from proposed South Beale Avenue to 300 feet east.
This project is on the west and south sides of the new Harrisburg Elementary School in southwest Sioux Falls. This project was completed in 2005. Total project cost for $349,505.85. This assessment affects one property, and the assessment is $62,894.23.
Questions of Chad on item number 10? Others that wish to address the council on item number 10? Council discussion, or is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve, Liz.
Let's move. Is there a second?
I second that, Knutson.
Knutson seconded. Further comments on the motion to approve item 10? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion to approve, will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Council members Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
No.
Benega?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
All members present voted 5 yes, 1 no, and 2 excused. Item 10 has been approved. Item 11.
Item 11 is a resolution approving the cost recovery roll for construction of sanitary sewer and water main along South Beale Avenue from the north property line of Track 3 Harrisburg School Addition to West 82nd Street and West 82nd Street from proposed South Beale Avenue to 300 feet east.
This resolution is the cost recovery for the water main and sanitary sewer pipe that was installed as part of this project. The cost recovery affects 2 properties and totals $24,770.23. It is a cost recovery instead of an assessment because the properties are not connected to the utilities at this time, and once they are, these monies will be required to be paid.
Questions of Chad on item number 11? Others? Go ahead, Kermit.
Yeah, Chad, what percent is that going to be, this cost recovery for the project?
Of the approximately $350,000, it's 7%.
So 7%.
Further questions of Chad? Others that wish to address the council on item numbers 11? If not, is there a motion to approve by the
I
council?
move to approve item number 11, Knutson.
Knutson moved to approve. Is there a second? Benega seconded. Further comments on that motion to approve? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion to approve will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Council members Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
No.
Benega?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
All members present have voted 5 yes, 1 no, and 2 excused. Item 11 has been approved. Item 12, we had moved up ahead of 2, and that has been acted upon. Item 13.
Item 13 is a proposed resolution vacating West 7th Street from North Dakota Avenue to North Main Avenue, an alley from north property line of West 7th Street to 133 feet north.
The City of Sioux Falls Public Parking Facilities has submitted a petition to vacate 7th Street from Dakota Avenue to Main Avenue and a portion of the alley running north of the 7th Street right-of-way. This right-of-way is improved and, if vacated, will maintain a utility easement. It is proposed that the vacated right-of-way will house a surface-level parking lot for use by the tenants of the 300 building, whose current lot will be the site of the library expansion, which will start next year.
Questions of Chad on item 13? Kermit?
Yeah, Chad, just to clarify, we're vacating this property for the city, right? I mean, this is going to be for the city
Correct.
parking lot, isn't it? And then we'll lease it out to 300.
Randy is here. Maybe Randy's been involved with the discussions on the parking, so maybe I'll ask him to answer some questions.
Good evening, Randy Bartunik.
Yeah, we're just simply vacating this for the city's parking lot. Is that right, Randy?
Yes, but really
and then we'll
what's...
lease it out to the 300 people?
Correct. And the reason we're doing this is all kind of caused by the library expansion, because we, public parking, own the parking lot immediately to the north of the library. We've got 106 spaces in there that are tied up through a long-term lease agreement with the owner to the 300 building. So to facilitate the library expansion, we've got to move all of those tenants out of that lot, because we are obligated until, I think, the year 2022 with that agreement. So we've got to provide replacement long-term parking for their tenants, and it's about 106 spaces. So through the vacation of this space and then through the clearance of the Acme site, we'll be able to provide about 100 spaces, which is, like I said, what we're obligated to provide to the tenants.
Further questions of Chad or Randy on item number 13? Not. Is there a motion to set the hearing date for August 13 for item 13?
So moved.
Let's move. Is there a second?
Second, Benninga.
Benninga seconded. See no further comments. All in favor of the motion to set the hearing date for August 13th, for number 13, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Council members Litz.
Yes.
Staggers.
Yes.
Benega.
Yes.
Costello.
Yes.
Jameson.
Yes.
Knutson.
Yes.
All members present have voted 6 yes, 2 excused. The hearing date has been set for August 13th, Friday 13th. Now is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Jameson.
I
Jameson
second
moves,
that
second.
motion.
Knutson seconded. All in favor of the motion to adjourn will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Council members Litz.
Yes.
Staggers.
Yes.
Benega.
Yes.
Costello.
Yes.
Jameson.
Yes.
Knutson.
Yes.
6 yes, 2 excused. You stand adjourned.
Yeah, you're not doing so bad.
I don't know. I'm glad it's over. We'll see you Thursday.
How's it going?
I'm going to go over there and see this. I got to get this. I got to see this better visually.
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense.
no, they're not vacating the site.